Burned remains of clothes, books, and toys. That's all that's left now of the bonfire Rod lit. Rod didn't want anyone to take his son's things when it was all over. Now this heap of plastic, clothes, and burnt paper is all that's left to remember little Colin by. Impossible. Here there's only soot and melted plastic. It's all that's left of Rod's and his family's future. Let's see. I'm sure that if I tug on it a little, good. The upholstery came off along with one of the elastic bands that was holding it to the seat. Blah. It looked better from outside. Rainwater has seeped into the car. Now it's damp and mildewed.
Well, you're lucky, Mike. I don't recommend it. It's a horrible spectacle.
Did you say your daughter? And it seems like the seat cover on the driver's side is a little loose. With the cover removed, that seat looks even more depressing. The driver's seat, with the cover removed, now looks even more depressing. Someone improvised a bonfire inside that drum. Although the smoke starts to irritate the lungs pretty quickly, it seems like the only heating system the camp inhabitants have. That's odd. The drum has a huge bullet hole on one side. Everything indicates that it was being used for target practice, now that I've covered the top. The smoke coming out of the bullet hole on the side is concentrated, making it act like a chimney.
Yes, my daughter, my little Uma. She works there as a nurse.
I'm not going to do it. Too many things around me have already gone up in smoke. The entire world has been reduced to ashes. The enormous trailer that serves as a home for Rod and his family. I find it hard to imagine this heavy old monstrosity ever traveled on a highway. In another context, this relic would be ready for the scrapyard. But here, Rod's trailer stands out like a mansion amid all these tents, plastic tarps, and pieces of cardboard.
Hey, you! Don't even think of putting your paws on that shopping cart! Stay away from my stuff, or I swear I'll rip your guts out with my bare hands!
I'm afraid she left me. I suppose she got tired of living with a frail, sick old man like me.
Okay, calm down. I won't touch anything. I'll have to do this quickly, before this man stops coughing. Well, let's see what we have here. Ugh. I don't see anything but rotten food, tattered clothes, and trash. Wait a minute. It seems like there's also a small billfold with a bunch of credit cards. What the hell is this guy doing with so much plastic money? I have no intention of putting my hand back in there. There's nothing else in that shopping cart that interests me. A supermarket shopping cart full of plastic bags, ready to burst. This individual who looks like a bum never takes his eyes off it.
Because one day she simply left the house, and I haven't seen her since. It's been months now.
And the swarm of insects fluttering around the merchandise don't either. Overflowing, dirty, and infested with flies. This would be Diogenes' dream shopping cart. The half-scrap remains of a sports car that looks like a collector's item. From the style, it must have been worth a pretty penny a long, long time ago. But now, I'm afraid it's just scrap metal. Through the windows, I can see the dashboard and the seats. It's funny. Despite the chaos on the outside, it seems like time has stood still inside the car. One of the elastic bands that was holding the seat cover in the abandoned car. It serves its purpose to a T. If you stretch it in both directions, the band becomes longer. And if you release it...
I think she was right to leave me. These times are hard enough. You don't want to burn yourself with someone like me.
Well, I'd better not do that. I just took it out of here. I have no interest in putting it back. I'm sure that the sentries would use me for target practice if I tried to tie something here. If I used the band with the bed spring, I'd end up breaking it. Or even worse, my fingers could get caught in it. I took it out of here. I have no interest in putting it back. Although both objects were together inside the abandoned car, for now I prefer to keep them separate. This elastic band doesn't fit in anywhere. I doubt anyone could be interested in this elastic band.
This house was empty, but the army has sealed it off.
The brigade workers are ready to take Colin away. Rod is blocking their way. But I don't think that poor man will be able to hold them back for very long. It's the lot outside Rod's trailer. The ground is covered with trash, scrap metal, and broken glass. Something tells me it might not be a good idea to walk around here barefoot. The ground in this lot is full of trash, scrap metal, and broken glass. This is where I learned my first lesson in this new world. If you want to avoid problems, watch your step. Despite how tattered it is, the seat cover is quite thick and has lots of padding. It's the scrap of fabric that was used as a seat cover in the abandoned car.
If I can just get this padlock off before curfew, I'll be safe.
Dirty, damp, and mildewed. I'm afraid it's seen better days. I could try to hide the generator inside, but I'm sure those thugs would notice it was missing right away.